What's up, everybody? I wanted to talk about Monday Night Raw tonight, so let's get right into it. To start off the show, we had Roman Reigns come out to start off the show, and he talked about how Brock Lesnar doesn't respect the WWE Universe and how that Brock Lesnar only cares about the UFC. And then Paul Heyman comes out and interrupts Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns comes out to kick off Monday Night Raw tonight. So Roman Reigns came out to kick off Monday Night Raw, and he talked about how Lesnar didn't care about the WWE Universe and how that Brock Lesnar only cared about the UFC and doesn't care about WWE at all. And then Roman says, "I'm gonna beat." Then Roman says to Paul Heyman, "I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and I'm gonna send Brock back to the UFC." So you had like Roman coming out and trashing Lesnar for only caring about the UFC. I thought that was kind of pitching that angle where, Roman came out and he trashed Lesnar for only caring about the UFC, and I thought that was pretty okay. I mean, I didn't really like how they went about that angle, but I could see why they went with it, because Lesnar is going back to UFC pretty soon, so I could see why they went back to that, why they went back to that angle. So, you had Roman come out and kick off Monday Night Raw tonight, and he trashes Brock Lesnar for not caring about the WWE or the WWE Universe, and that he only cares about the UFC, because Brock Lesnar is heading back to UFC pretty soon. So that's how Monday Night Raw started off tonight. And then you had Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. This match was okay. I mean, it wasn't all that great. I mean, Finn Balor's underutilized and buried, so it don't really matter at this point. Baron Corbin ends up going over on Finn Balor with the End of Days. Nothing really to see. It was a decent match for what it was. There was nothing really to see. I mean, so Baron Corbin ended up going over on Finn Balor with the End of Days. And then you have Natty versus Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox ends up going over on Natty. I don't care. I mean, this was nothing but this time filler for me. I didn't really like this match. I mean, you had Ronda Rousey at ringside for Natty, and you had Alexa Bliss at ringside for Alicia Fox. And Alicia Fox ended up going over on Natty. I mean, it was pretty so-so. I mean, there was nothing really, enticing about this match that I really did care about. I mean, this match, it didn't really do anything for me, but so, yeah. Alicia Fox ended up picking up the win over Natty tonight on Monday Night Raw. And then you had the Revival versus the Deleter of Worlds in a tag team match. In my opinion, this was probably This was probably the best match of the night between the Deleter of Worlds and the Revival. This was a pretty decent tag team match. I mean, I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of fun to watch. I like seeing the Revival get TV time. I thought that was pretty cool. So the Revival ended up picking up the win over the Deleter of Worlds with the Shatter Machine. So you had you had the Revival hit the Shatter Machine on the Deleter of Worlds, and the Revival ended up picking up the win over the Deleter of Worlds tonight on Monday Night Raw in a tag team match. And then you had Bayley and Sasha versus Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. How many times have we seen this? I do not care about Bayley and Sasha versus Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. I just don't care. This was a complete throwaway match. I mean, how many times have we seen, the Riot Squad versus Bayley and Sasha? How many times have we seen that? There was nothing special about this match. Bayley and Sasha pick up the win over Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan tonight on Monday Night Raw in a women's tag team match. So you had a women's tag team match tonight on Monday Night Raw with Bayley and Sasha versus Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, and Sasha Banks and Bayley ended up picking up the win over Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan tonight on Monday Night Raw in a women's tag team match. And then you had Akam versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews picks up the win over Akam. I don't care. I mean, the Authors of Pain are completely buried at this point, so I don't really care. I mean, you had Apollo Crews versus Akam. I mean, tonight on Monday Night Raw. Apollo Crews picks up the win over Akam. I don't care. Why should I? So, the Authors of Pain are completely buried. So Apollo Crews picks up the win over Akam tonight on Monday Night Raw. So I don't care. And then you had Elias come out playing his guitar. He gets interrupted by Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley and Elias get into a brawl. That was pretty cool. I kind of like that. So you got Elias come out and he starts playing his guitar. He gets interrupted by Bobby Lashley. And then Bobby Lashley and Elias get into a brawl. So I think WWE is setting up Elias versus Bobby Lashley. I think it's going to be Elias versus Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. And then you had a backstage brawl between Mojo Rawley and Bobby Roode. It was okay. I mean, I thought this was pretty cool. You had a backstage brawl between Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley. I thought that was pretty cool. That was kind of cool, I thought. So that was kind of intriguing, I guess, for a little bit. But it wasn't all nothing to, write home about. But and then you had the main event. You had Brock Lesnar. You have Brock Lesnar attack. In the main event, you have Brock Lesnar. He attacks Kurt Angle. Brock Lesnar hits Kurt Angle with an F5. Baron Corbin gets out of the ring while Brock Lesnar hits the F5 on Kurt Angle. And the show goes off the air. So Brock Lesnar comes out. He attacks Kurt Angle. Hits Kurt Angle with the F5. And that's how Monday Night Raw goes off the air. So, I mean, Monday Night Raw was it really didn't do anything for me. I mean, overall I didn't care about this show tonight. I mean, so I mean I'm gonna give Monday Night Raw a 4 out of 10 tonight. So I'm gonna give Monday Night Raw a 4 out of 10. So overall, it was really a mediocre show. I mean, there was nothing about this show that I did care about. I mean, we know what's going to happen with Brock and Roman at SummerSlam. Bayley and Sasha pick up the win over Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. And you had Elias get interrupted by Bobby Lashley. You had a backstage brawl with Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley. Apollo Crews goes over on Akam, and then you had Brock Lesnar in the main event. Like I said, Brock Lesnar comes out, he attacks Kurt Angle. Baron Corbin gets out of the ring while Brock Lesnar hits the F5 on Kurt Angle, and that's how Monday Night Raw goes off the air. So overall, pretty much an overall mediocre show tonight for Monday Night Raw. So I'm going 4 out of 10. That's my rating for Monday Night Raw tonight. If you guys like this Monday Night Raw review, hit that thumbs up. If you guys like my YouTube channel, please support my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate that by hitting that red button on my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate that. And thank you guys for watching this Monday Night Raw review. I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night.